I'm at Vexed Garage in Greenfield, Indiana. We're going to meet a firefighter and an AT&T engineer who've come together to build out awesome custom vans. You've seen their work on Kristin's van. It's the Ford Transit with the oven and the skylight. But they started their business by building out Sydney's van, and she's divine on the road. I've linked to her social down in the show notes. We'll be talking about how to work with a custom builder and what to expect.
Hi, I'm Brian.
I'm Brett.
And we're Vexed Garage.
What's the process working with you guys from, hey, I want to have somebody build a van for me, to having a finished van?
We usually get an email first, and then we start communicating back and forth. What do you want? Because all of our, everything we do is 100% custom. So, what kind of electrical do you want? They usually don't know, but they know they want a fridge, or they want an oven, or just a coffee maker, whatever they want. And then we got to start building the electrical around that. We usually do solar power, and we also do, we tie into the engine start battery and let the alternator charge the coach batteries through a battery isolator. And that usually works a lot faster than the solar anyway. We just talk back and forth. What do you want? What are you looking for? Permanent bed, benches that convert into a bed, U-shaped dinette. I mean, all kinds of options, and there's no set floor plan for us. There's a lot of good builders out there, but a lot of them have floor plan A, B, and C, and you got to choose. And I think that's where we get a lot of customers who don't want A, B, or C. They want whatever they have imagined in their head, and that's why they come to us, because we'll do it and make it the way they want it, if it's feasible. Some vans aren't long enough to squeeze all that into. We try to figure out a way to accommodate. Not everything's possible, but we try.
What's the range in price?
It's been a wide range, but our builds now are averaging between $30,000 and $45,000. A big portion of that is the electrical system.
Yes.
Do you want a normal ceiling? Do you want stained? That takes a lot longer to do, to stain all that wood. And, I mean, there's just all kinds of variables that go into that. There's no set price. We just, that's what I mean. We communicate. We say, do you want this, this, this? And depending on what you want and how you want it done, that's gonna make the price vary. When it comes to telling us what they want for the build, this is a perfect example. We have floor plan. They have, the color they want circled, and they send all kinds of pictures of what they want. Nice. That helps. The color scheme, yeah, and the pictures are great because we're accommodating, but we don't have much imagination. So if you show us a picture, and Brett's excellent at this, especially when it comes to woodworking. If you have an idea of what you want and show us a picture, he can build it.
Nice.
He just needs a reference. He can't read your mind, but if you show him a picture, it's no problem.
And along with that, when he gets that information and they're okay with a estimated price, we've had them deliver the van, and the first thing that I do with them is get a tape measure out with a magic marker. And we'll take those said pictures and we'll mark out what they think the picture is going to do in the van. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't fit. So at that point in time, we change the floor plan or we tweak it. And really in the first 2 to 3 weeks, there's a lot of tweaking involved until we get to the final. And then we're off and running as far as our building is concerned. So that's another way. But the measuring and because people, they look at these pictures on YouTube and Pinterest and things like that, and they go, oh, look how big this fan is. I got to fit this, 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 and this. And it's like, that's not the case. So we're getting quicker now. So because typically when they show up, they worry about colors and stuff, and we'll tell them, don't worry about that for about another month because we're not to that phase yet. But as of right now, we're getting quicker. So we would like to have that right off the bat and stick with a color
Yes.
Stick with a stain color, stick with whatever, because, you know, we usually have them get the swatches from where they want to make sure that's 100% what they want. There's no guessing. Like in this particular build, she wants white cabinets. Well, what white? There's 1,000 different whites. So, you know, pinpoint that kind of stuff. Do your research. You know, since we're so far out as far as building, because I think we're good up until 21, fall of 21. You have time to hash those things out, and then by the time you get here, it just makes the process a lot quicker for us and for them when we get the build done a lot faster.
Yeah. So that brings up a good point. So setting expectations about timing, because there are people who have been wanting to get into a van, they've been waiting, and then when they want it, and
Yes.
all the builders that I know are out a bit.
Right.
Yes.
So how far out?
The first opening we have is October of 2021, so we're 2 years out. And like you said, if somebody's planning on getting into it, I mean, they probably should get on if they want it built in 2 years, they probably should get on somebody's schedule now and spend that 2 years saving their money, figuring out what they want to do, and that way when it comes, you know, start time, they know their floor plan, they know their colors, and they have the money to pay for it, and they work out better for the customer and the builder.
So we've got a van in the shop.
This one is, we're right in the middle of this one. It's going to have a permanent bed. This setup right here, this is going to be a sink, composting toilet, fridge, and a wardrobe. And that entire thing will sit on that wall. And it fits barely.
Perfectly.
Perfectly, yes, that's better. Of course, we have our pocket door wall. And then
Which you guys are becoming famous for.
in here, obviously this is the bed. The bench is going to start here and come out to about right there. It's going to house 4 100 amp hour batteries, AGM batteries. Most of the electrical is back up under here, the inverter and everything, and we'll have access to it through the top. The plumbing, all the water pump and water heater are back there. Fresh water's down underneath with the fill in the back, and then this will be the gray water tank, which will drain right under the sink. And she'll have a shut off that she can close it if she has to, or she can leave it open and let it drain.
I was in construction, so I built houses, so the reason why I did the studying and stuff like that, Brian always gives me a hard time about how many screws and how solid it is, and I said, well, it's going down the road, it's vibrating, especially with the upper cabinets and the cabinetry that's secure, and then when it's going down the road, it's not going to come off. So that's the reason for this type of structure that I do. It takes a little more time to do it this way. Each van's different, of course. The Mercedes, I dare I say it, they got softer metal, so it's easier to screw in. The Ford Transit, man, they put something in it, because there's places in there you got to pre-drill, and it's terrible. So, but that's the reason why I do it this way.
How do people contact you?
We're on Instagram at Vexed Garage. Our email is vexedgarage@gmail.com, and that's the best way to get a hold of us. If somebody's interested, email us, and we'll get the conversation started and try to get it on the schedule. We require a $1,000 deposit, and that money goes towards your build cost. It just holds your spot. Our first available opening is October of 2021 right now.
I want to thank Brian and Brett for sharing their process, their build tips, and showing us their latest project. I especially liked the customer created notebook that they showed, and how creating something like that makes the build process better for everyone. If you're looking to work with a custom builder, but creating something like that is a little overwhelming for you, I might be able to help you with my design consulting services. Check the show notes below for my contact information. If you got this far in the video, there must have been something you liked, so please hit the thumbs up button below. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell below so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. I also want to thank you for your thoughtful comments and questions. So keep them coming and I'll do my best to respond. This is Joni with TheGalavan. Enjoy your journey.